Well, hello, Fab-U ladies, guests, and friends. Welcome to another member in the spotlight for the Fiery Grandma's Flab-U-Less Clubhouse. Today, we have another member, Angela Gardner. Nope, we're not related. And Angela is a mom, a wife, a grandma. She homeschools their youngest daughter, who, by the way, is a budding little entrepreneur. Angela's education is so awesome. She excels in personality styles, leadership development, and business management. Now, this is kind of cool, you guys. Angela is a neighbor. She has a business that's a neighbor to the Clubhouse. What? Yes, in the virtual space. And today, she is going to help us understand how to connect in a virtual world. Angela, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I love the Clubhouse.
Yes, it's fun, and you bring a whole new up to our step, you little whippersnapper. So, hey, why don't you dive a little deeper into who you are, what you do, and what we want to accomplish here today.
Awesome. Well, my name's Angela, and I am not one that usually likes technology, but I found myself thrust into not having an option. When I started homeschooling my daughter, I had to figure out how to work from home. And I'm one, I like face-to-face. I'm old school. I like paper. I don't like tablets. I like to talk on the phone. I like to see people over coffee. And I used to drop off my daughter at school and hang out in the coffee shop and visit with all my friends. And that's what I would do. And then I decided to homeschool, and I had to figure out how to work from home in a technology world where everyone was like, oh, well, just go on Facebook. Everyone's on Facebook. It'll be fine. And I hated Facebook. And I only did Facebook to send pictures to my mom of the kids and, hang out with my sister. That was all Facebook was to me. And I had no desire to sit and listen to a bunch of sales pitches from people all day. And so I'm like, what? How do you do this? So I went and I took all the classes and did everything everyone told me and hated it because my worst fear came true. The only people who would talk to me is if I bought their product or listened to their pitch or talked to their upline or went to their website. It's like I had to pay to be people's friends. And that was an icky feeling. So I was going to leave. And then I had a rant instead. I know no one in this group ever rants.
No, but only about weekly.
So I lost it and I thought, you know what? I'm closing it anyway. I'm just going to say my piece. And so I just kind of unleashed this pent up frustration. And I was like, don't people talk anymore? Can't we just have a conversation? Like, do I have to buy your product for you to be my friend? Seriously? Like, I actually know all the people on my Facebook feed because they're my actual friends, because I actually want to talk to you and I actually want to get to know you. And I really will tell my friends about you if they would benefit from your business. But can I get to know you as a person first? So I've been on this journey of trying to recreate what I like to do in the real space and bring it into the virtual space. And I'll tell you, people kind of have been looking at me like I've had two heads for years.
But you know what? True confessions. In the beginning, I thought you were really weird. And let me tell you, in my defense, because I don't I'm guilty of not knowing every single member in this clubhouse. I don't. I'd like to. But some of them, I won't label them all, but some of them are just like I was. And it's because we were trained this way in our companies or previous companies or whatever at hardcore sales. And it's so spammy and it makes you feel just like what you just said. So thanks to you though, I'm on a transition and I hope you've seen the difference in me in the last 12 months in understanding about real connections in the virtual space. So let me ask you, what are, because you talk a lot about virtual coffee chats. What the heck is a coffee chat?
Just so imagine like if you were to see your girlfriend in the store and you're like, oh my gosh, we should go have coffee and catch up. That's what a coffee chat is. And so we meet over virtual coffee because everyone's virtual now.
Right.
And which is like this, like a video chat, or the phone actually works too still, ladies. So you could actually call each other on the phone. I know my phone hasn't rang for years, but when everyone got shut down, all of a sudden I was hearing this really weird noise. And I'm like, what is that sound? And my daughter, of course, the teenager, they're like programmed for hearing telephone ringing. And so she's like, that's your phone ringing. I'm like, no, people don't call me. What? And my phone started ringing because people were like feeling disconnected and they needed to get back in connection. So they started calling me saying, are you still doing that weird coffee thing where you talk to people? I'm like, yeah. so so coffee dates is just that. It's, you don't have to drink coffee, though you will find me holding a mug all day because I love my coffee. You don't have to drink coffee. Ooh, I like your mug.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, hey, it's almost the same color as mine. We're just a little shape difference, I think.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, did you see what mine says? I don't know if you.
Oh, I love that. How awesome. Mine does not. Mine is a branded. Mine is a youth camp that we taught at last year.
Oh, that is cute. You know, I never knew the difference between, do you know mugs have names?
I did not.
Oh yeah, so hold your mug up. This is a tall, and see how it's empty. So see how little across it is? So this is called a mama mug. And what you're holding is called a campfire mug. And how I learned that is the gal who sells these. I actually became an affiliate because I was buying her coffee and her coffee mugs because they're so stinking cute. And she explains what the different sizes and shapes. This is so when you're sitting on the sofa after the kids are gone, you warm your hands while you're sitting there watching a movie. Now you don't have time to do that at a campfire, so they're shorter, but they're bigger around.
Yeah.
They probably hold the same. Oh, look at that. All the goodiness is left.
Mine's full, so I can't tip it. It will go all over.
So, okay. So a virtual coffee chat is just that, either on the phone, over a Zoom. And you know, I can attest to, I used to think it was a waste of time. I did. But now what I realize is when I understand what you do and you understand what I do, and we travel in different circles, when we hear one of our friends needs something that you do, I'm like, oh, my friend Angela, that is what true networking is.
Yes.
But if you have a hard noggin like me, it takes a while to get it. So how can the Fabuladies here in the Clubhouse benefit from coffee chats?
Ah, so I use coffee chats for a few different things. And so the coffee shop, the 100 Coffees coffee shop, which is down the road a little bit from you guys in the village, we were started by the notion that I've always done for my networking. My goal has always been 2 coffees a week gives you 100 people added to your network. So whatever you're doing, it doesn't even have to be business. It could just be personal. Adding 100 people to your circle, whether you're working on an idea and you just need to like run it by 100 different people throughout the year and get their feedback. Maybe they have a suggestion or they can help you learn a resource. Or just to be supportive and say, oh wow, that's a great idea. Have you ever thought to let so and so know about that? Or hey, I have a friend who does this part of what you're doing. Maybe I should introduce you and you guys could collaborate together. And it's not always about finding a customer or making a sale as much as being open and just meeting people. Because I am a woman of faith and I truly believe that God puts people in my path for a reason. And sometimes it's just because I need encouragement that they can offer me. And sometimes it's because that's going to be my next business partner. I just never know. So I just go into coffee shops or coffee chats with like an open heart and an open mind and I'm just listen and be myself. That's key. Be yourself and see where it goes. Sometimes it's just a new friend. Sometimes it's that I get to be the catalyst between 2 people that I know that needed to meet who never would have met if I wouldn't have said yes to a coffee chat.
Right.
So you just never know.
Now, could coffee chats work? Say, for example, we started a challenge. The new year is coming up. Women are in this group to learn how to get healthy, how to lose weight, how to find themselves. If they all of a sudden have an empty nest and it's like, now what? So would coffee chats benefit them like as a support partner?
Absolutely. Some of my best accountability is over coffee. So hey, coffee can be a group thing too. It doesn't have to be one-on-one. So it could be, hey, every Thursday morning at 10 we're gonna all have coffee and share our struggles and what we did last week and whatever. Or it could just be hey, when I need a boost of encouragement, or I'm sitting in front of the bakery, talk me down before I buy something I shouldn't, right? So that kind of thing. They can be as little as that. So I've had coffee chats that are like 5 minutes, just like, okay, I need to talk to somebody before I make a bad choice on my shopping. I'm in the grocery store and I'm about to buy whatever. Or it could be, I've had hour-long coffee chats with women who we just have hit it off. We figured out that we went to the same school or we were at the same conference, and then we start sharing everything that's happened since then. So it just depends. It can be anything. It's just a vehicle. It's just a way of connecting. So yeah, absolutely. You could meet new people. You could share tips on what recipes you're using. I know when I do certain diets and I try to change my food around, I get bored after a while, and it's nice to have like someone new say, you know
Oh, you just gave me an idea, but I need to keep it a secret.
that happens on coffee chats usually too. Oh my gosh, I just thought of something.
Okay. Oh, that was really good. Okay, so I could not have planned that. This is what happens on coffee.
This is what happens.
Awesome. Gets the brain working. So we're running out of time here. So 2 more questions. And they're the same question, 2 different groups of women in the clubhouse. So what does uniting our circle look like for women not in business and for women who have a business?
So women who have a business, that's kind of a no-brainer, right? Because you need to have a fresh stream of people's eyes on what you're doing so that they can either be a potential customer, current customer, or refer someone and have you top of mind. So that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
Definitely need, the more people you talk to, the more likely. Now, people who don't have a business though, I know I have used my network. I travel a lot. And sometimes I like to travel and visit friends. So when we are allowed to travel, I will let my network know, like, hey, I'm going to be in Idaho or whatever. Would anyone like to hang out and have a coffee in person? And that's a really fun way to broaden your friend circle. Other things I've used my network for is like, people don't call the yellow pages anymore. They don't like look up the yellow pages. I go to my friends and I say, okay, I need to buy a new laundry soap. My daughter has an allergy to this one. And does anyone have any suggestions? My friend circles for that. I have moved. I have relocated states and had to get plugged in quickly to my new location. And so I reached out to my friend circle and said, hey, I'm relocating. Does anyone know anybody in this area, or does anyone know, the best school for my daughter, or the best church to attend, or where to buy groceries, or whatever it may be? A good restaurant. I'm going to such and such a place, a good restaurant. It's not just about business. It's about doing life with people. And friends can be the family that you get to pick, right? And I've always felt that way. And so it doesn't have to be limited to business. It should be more than that. So maybe even a business relationship starts as business, but hopefully you keep them long enough, they become friends, and then eventually family. I know in the coffee shop, we definitely feel like family. And I in the clubhouse, just a little bit that I've been in here, I see great potential for a family. This is going to be a really feisty family, though. I feel it because the coffee shop, we're a little more like, so how's your coffee today? In this location, I think it's going to be like, oh, you didn't just say that. Seriously? You're going to come in here and say that. Okay, so you just like unleashed me. So here I go. This is what we're going to talk about today. So I think this is going to be really fun clubhouse to hang out in the village. I can't wait to see what happens.
I think it's going to be fun too. And I am so glad that you decided to join us in the clubhouse. I know you were feeling like, well, I don't really fit the mold. Sweetie, there ain't no mold here. It's about as raw and real as you get. That's why it's called the Fiery Grandma's Clubhouse. So, and it has nothing to do with being a grandma. Nothing. That's just my name. So I want to thank you, Angela. Oh, and when I post this, darling, would you please put a link? If people want to get in touch with you, they want to have a coffee with you. They want to check out the 100 Coffees Cafe. I don't know, whatever they may want. Would you post that once we get this up?
Absolutely. I'd love to have coffee with anybody who would like to have coffee.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Angela. And thank you, club members, for taking the time to support our member in the spotlight, Angela Gardner. We'll see you on the next interview. Bye.